What's the total overhead of owning these 6 cars?
You know, it depends on the year. Because last year had a $50,000 Countach service. The year before that, I had a $50,000 Courage GT service. It depends on the year, but I knew both of those were coming when I bought them, and I factored that into my purchase price. And honestly, I think especially on the Countach, if I were to sell the car today, I would get every penny of the 50 grand back. It's just showing that you did a big important service at the right guy with the right parts. And people are so scared of maintenance on those cars that having that proof is a big deal when you're going to sell it. But you know, sometimes I don't know. I haven't done anything in Countach since then. It has to cost me $1 since the service. That was a year ago, almost exactly. So last year $0, but the year before 50. So 25 grand a year. Of course, it doesn't really work like that. But I don't know. The fixed costs, insurance is obviously the most expensive. I think all the cars together are probably in the neighborhood of 25 grand a year or something to insure, maybe 30 grand a year to insure.
How much value do you think you add to the car? Because I'd imagine there's a premium for having your car.
I think that for the cheaper cars, when I go to sell them, there is that premium. I sold my Land Cruiser. I sold my Defender. Those cars are, Land Cruiser 35 grand car. The Defender sold for like 90. I think people are like, oh, it'd be cool to have one. And also it'd be cool to have Doug's. I think when you get into this realm, people don't care about that stuff. Everybody who had a Countach was somebody. Everybody who had a Courage GT was somebody. People care more about having like the car is well made. And I think there's, in a way, some of these cars may even get hurt by the fact that some YouTuber had it. They assume if you're a YouTuber, you're probably hooning it or doing dumb stuff with the car, which is one of the reasons why I'm militant about maintenance, repairs, making sure everything is beautifully documented, because I really maintain these cars the way a true enthusiast would. But I don't think these cars, I would get a premium.
I don't know. I think it would, just having the car that you reviewed. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that just say, hey, would you review my car? And then they could turn around and say, as seen on Doug Demuro.
For certain, when we sell the cars on the site that I reviewed, which is on Cars and Bids, when we sell them after I review them, they definitely get more money. But I think part of that is because just they went to a wider audience.
Yes.
Right? But there is some people find it fun for sure that like they have the car that was in the Doug video.
I think it'd be cool. Like, this is the Doug car. It was on the channel.
It's definitely cool. That may be worth some premium. And certainly, like I said, for the cheaper cars I sell, there is some premium. But I think the type of people who would buy a Carrera GT are, they're not paying up for me. It's a very specialized car, and they're fairly available. And so you want to find the right one.
It'd be like the Jerry Seinfeld car. Those get
I asked Leno the very question you asked me, and Leno was like, no, I don't think my cars have a premium. Leno doesn't sell anything.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't think my cars have a premium. And I'm like, oh, I totally disagree. But Leno's the kind of guy who would never say that. Like he doesn't want to think of himself that way. He wants to think of himself as sort of a down home, like I do my own work kind of guy. And in a lot of ways he is.
Yeah.
But he's still Jay Leno. And I think that his car, all of them, it would be able to say this was out of the Jay Leno collection would be a big deal.
But before we go into that, if you're building a SaaS business, achieving compliance with SOC 2, ISO 27001, or other in-demand frameworks can unlock major growth for your company and establish customer trust.
However, Jack, this process is very time-intensive and can be extremely costly. This is why our sponsor Vanta automates your compliance work, getting you audit-ready quickly and saving you up to 85% of associated costs. Plus, Vanta scales with your business, helping you continuously monitor compliance, unify risk management, and streamline security reviews.
Join the 7,000 global companies like Atlassian, Flow Health, and Quora that use Vanta to build trust and prove security in real time.
On top of that, our viewers could get $1,000 off Vanta when they go to vanta.com/iced or use the link down below in the description.
Once again, guys, that is vanta.com/iced to get $1,000 off. Thank you so much, Vanta, for sponsoring this episode.